creating a balance between the ability to change and go along and yield to something that is some thing like mostly what is going on here and now. Basically, the outburst of energy you can use in running or doing some physical exercise. Besides the object-oriented programming that I used to still enjoy doing. And not only that, but there is basically some experience in IT, how the people are called, and seems that the industry feels like somehow changing also. So still, from my understanding, just to exclude the tendency of globalism and other kind of ways of perception, there is the AI tooling that which is mostly as building blocks and puzzle like of doing certain outputs. So I don't know exactly how it works, but seems that sometimes it's very surprising, not only in this industry, but also as a tool to provide you with insights as you look forward to unfold something. It's basically as a search engine, but you don't have to to gather and put the information somehow. It does that already for you and provide you with valuable information. It also does creates code that you can just use or inspire from. So I cannot say that the AI is not yet capable to build uh, some complete platform by just providing the prompt. That could be, I think, something that somehow with a specific prompt could generate something as I remember from watching out from internet, and that's pretty awesome. For sure can create a code for drawing a snake in JavaScript, for example. So it's very advanced technology that could be used in different fields and industries. My experience is mostly in education and gaming, the other way around, gaming and education. And recently it seems that there was a ton of content of different topics online generated by AI. I also use for shadow working and noticing out bowling and things as like the concepts people are pointing out, and I use that to inquiry because I'm curious, and I also been working as a researcher for some time. And lately, noticed from my experience, a shift that was somehow provided by a tool like ChatGPT, and somehow went a little bit out of the context of using it for the work of that have been used for some time to do IT. So been also doing that on my personal project, which is aham.ro, aham.ro, some sort of platform for displaying ads about different products. Currently is in a beta phase. Released the application some like a month, actually before April. This year, so somewhere in March 24, I think. And yeah, there are only like 2 months, and been doing some advertising on social platforms. But what I'm talking about here is basically the change of this of the IT industry, and somehow from my perception is like there is still there, unfolding, but somehow picking up people is a little bit challenging, because they have to leave their dogs, they have to leave their family, and they have to enter some routine to do the work on engineering. And also there is the AI tool that can be used for many questions. And of course, teamwork is very important. So companies are looking for people who are able to work within a team, and have certain qualities, like I don't know, being able to build a robot with certain sensors and certain routines and certain software, so that the robot is working as expected. So that skill might be required. Also to know a little bit of AI, if there is a need to interact with colleagues. So yeah, there is also being able to use certain tools, like Trello, to use a board, and basically it relates with certain routine or certain I don't know what the word for Scrum, certain methodology like Scrum, which implies you to be there fully. So I don't know, maybe things have changed, because from my experience, I've been tried to work as self-employed for some time, but there is still that ability to shift through the mindsets and use Scrum as I used to. I think that's no problem. So yeah, as I said, things might be changed within the industry. So yeah, please let me know in the comments if there is something that is challenging and I not might be aware of. It probably has to do with expression. And yeah, from my experience also, I can bring some resource as public speaking, which I think is not that easy. I used to say to interviews that I managed to conduct a presentation of a certain framework I made a while ago, and the presentation was very somehow flowing without even being aware of time, and that was a great experience. And I think there's space to change, to adapt and learn continuously. AI like ChatGPT is very a good tool for including different concepts, like for example what awareness is and how could you become more aware, things like this. So this type of lesson could be used also through the work you do in IT. It's not as changing careers or something if you learn, for example, to be able to speak to speak to public, to if you follow a course of of public speaking. That doesn't mean you have to change your career, but recently that's what my perception is about IT, that there is some sort of disruption, which I notice in media, news and stuff. And yeah, there are certain companies that are still there. Basically, I don't know. I had certain interviews, and the interview is basically very structured, and it looks like being able to uh, create a state of a button for being pressed or something. This is basically how I perceive the interviews, and I think from their Asher point of view, there is a lot of information, and that's somehow like a wall, and basically they try to use their own information, their own data, I think, and based on that they probably use also AI, and they use a certain model, and they expect certain output, certain form, and that's basically, I think, a great insight to look into and do some research prior to applying to a certain company. I usually used to just apply, but there is also some research that is very useful to do, to learn more about the company and see if there is actually a fit also from your own side, for for your own point of view, because there might be a different kind of you know you, they you can just want to get hired for making money to whatever, and you could also uh, look at it as why not a family, or some gathering for a common purpose. I don't know. You can see how I used to look at it, mostly as from the point of view of team working together for a common purpose, and I think things it's quite the same. Probably there are different concepts like Scrum that so there is also work from home kind of thing, which is very somehow kind of lazy, because uh, I think self judgment comes out of not having a routine as before, so there is a comparison between activities, and the great thing is you don't quite actually have to, you know, develop a habit during the time. I think that could be just adopted immediately by shifting within and changing your attention uh, to that specific habit and just doing it.
It's 18:30.
It's like, for example, running. There is here in front of my house some park, and I used to run in the circle. So you just have to run. You just have to enter the habit and do the work. You just have to do that thing that you have to do or is expected from you. And of course, to focus and let go of the rest so that you do what is expected from you from the company you work for. So there is also the a matching from your own point of view, for example, because it implies time, implies it's a little bit different than uh, being a consultant and approaching a company and providing guidance in uh, developing a game of a snake in Python, and we provide that feedback, and we also look for certain possible bugs. So it's basically to be able to perceive by using knowledge, and that does not have to spend too much time. It's more of approaching, absorbing information, and providing a focused direction, let's say. Or there is the being within habit and doing some work at function level, providing some parameter names, which implies to already have the habit and be it. And on the other aspect is the consultant perspective, which is more of being able to look into that habit and provide insight of a possible name that you can use. Okay. And yeah, there is also your own work of becoming or rather observing certain weakness that you have and try not to bring those into the work that you do. Yeah, and so these are these two perspectives of like being a consultant, of being a software engineer, or even being an architect. So you have to basically know how you resonate at the moment, and what kind of role you would like to play. So this could be also flexible. I think that there is, for example, could be a pressure of getting started with some work, some job, and there you can just provide your resource in exchange of money, which is the old way of and basically the main way of doing it. Yeah, there is also you have to learn to adapt to new, how it is. There is like music, they make uh, you also have to be very careful of distractions and things like concepts from news, from that could bring out of you certain things that are not related with the work that you are focusing at, like some phobia kind of word. So yeah, there is for that from that point of view, the discipline plays a great role in that the work that you are doing. So that's somehow a kind of approach, and there is something unknown from the firewall, and personally, I don't quite know how companies developed after the pandemic and with recent kind of sort of noise, and that's to be known, and you can know that by asking questions. Prior to that, to do the inquiry and learn more about the company you are applying with, to see if there is any match, these kind of things. And yeah, as I see myself working is mostly um, having a certain relation that would uh, be um, free of or at least as much as possible of condition, so that there is some space for creativity and things like which would be very useful in architecture or user experience. And I think this is mostly about the project itself. The project can or can be something that you used to work, or something that has to do with something that you want to learn, to discover. Both are fine. If there is something that you already work, you have to look harder and see the things that you uh, don't know, so you learn something new, even if it's something that you think you know. If it's something that you don't know, there is great for the great atmosphere, for great space for learning, for developing, for something new. So, like for example, from my point of view, AI, to be able to use a certain model or create a certain model to bring some commentaries to a video stream about who that person might be, or based on data, what that those that person might have as status line. I don't know. Yeah, there is space for there is room for that kind of improvement. And now regarding seniority or this kind of things, I think this is mostly more related with the environment, with the city, or these kind of things, or the collective kind of things, rather than the company, because what we are looking for is talent, is a certain genius, or also being able to be there for the work, whatever, I don't know, these kind of things. Okay, so at this time here, basically, I have to be very careful of not bringing the noise, or not bringing the noise into the application, and or also adding that addition to it, so that the company knows your situation. For example, if you like to dive or keep your breathing that much time, then you can say that to the company, so that they might be aware of that. As I mentioned earlier, there is the unknown that is like behind the firewall of the company, but from what I would guess or suppose, uh, it is in the present not much different than it was like 2 years ago, 4 years ago. So I think what is to discuss here is mostly throwing away like the dirt and stepping into the environment of working as a IT guy. I would prefer software engineer. I still keep so basically it's as something changed in this field. I'm working on my startup because I like this kind of work, building websites, applications, these things, but somehow things are changing, and it feels as you have to somehow shift again to within that boat. Yeah, I think this is it. I don't know. And but I'm looking forward to uh, to create that space from here now. And yeah, I'm working on my second project, which is a game of letters within a 4-to-4 matrix, where you have to choose based on a phrase what that word might be. So you choose the word, something like that, and make the documentation for it initially. So from thinking of it, create the documentation and created also 3 or 4 screens for mostly for mobile application. And currently I'm trying to find some space and to focus, because seems that other things are much important, like for example what other might say you should do. So there is some pressure to get hired, to make money, and I understand this, but this is what it is. So if you have any insights of what a situation like this might look from external, please let me know in the comments. And because I don't quite know what IT industry is facing, or what its future is. Okay, there is AI, but there is still need for it to promote, and yeah, I don't know. For now, this is what it is, and yeah, you have to, keep the mind focused on something. So that's why I work on the second, and also this is mostly not only for for enjoying, for pleasure, for this also for financial purpose also. So you have to be very careful of how people approach you, and how they see you, and what their intention is. And you know, mind your own business. And this is it for now. Thank you for watching, and please let me know how do you perceive this like perspective I mentioned in this video. And yeah, and how you manage to focus, to do the technical, and to work with for the project, for the platform, whatever that is, and how you make space for different kind of learning. And yeah, how do you stay in resonance with this kind of type of work of IT. So yeah, I'm thinking that this somehow part of you that was the experience of this kind of work is always there, and nobody can take that from you. You express that willingly, and you just have to met the the right company, and exchange value, and yeah, start a new journey.